we will start off with the privilege of the floor number one. All right, we will move on. We will look at the minutes of May 10th, 2017. Did anybody have anything on those?
I just, a couple of quick, just two things. Line 43, there's the word done, it should be down. And the second one.
Yeah, I kind of saw that too. That was
line 76, I think should read something like, is believed that cleanup will. The way it's written now, it's that the cleanup will begin soon. You know, it will begin very soon. I don't know what that is. That the cleanup will begin very soon. Yep. Other than that, no.
All right, Margaret? I had a question on just, it could be me, line 70. It says building inspections for fire safety is underway. Should that be are underway?
Are.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Hansberry. My high school English teacher.
There you go.
All right, so with those changes, can we get a motion to approve?
I will make
as
a motion
amended?
to approve the minutes as corrected.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay.
Financial update.
Financial update. You have the report there. Doing very well. Department heads are doing very well.
I didn't see anything
Yeah,
that was
nothing.
worthy of asking.
Yep. All right, Margaret, anything?
No.
All right, we'll move on from the financial update. Department heads, who do we pick?
Brooke is moving, so she's not going to be here today. And
Okay.
Chris is
She's moving
she's moving to
home.
Plymouth.
To Plymouth.
Home,
Okay.
home. Yeah. So, and Chris left for his vacation, his normal family trek out west. So he won't be here today. Did you have anything for either one of them that you had
have
questions?
we? I'm just. Have we lost a policeman or a fireman recently? Somebody resigned.
No.
Good. All right.
Ian kind of has resigned.
Ian is a part-timer who is now working in Vermont.
So he's going to be
He's
less
still
part-time.
on our list, but he won't be here very often.
No, that
But
was.
no one resigned or
Okay.
or
That
left.
was a full time.
That was a full-time.
Okay. Bad rumor.
Oh, who do? Well,
Never
doesn't
mind.
matter.
Why bother?
yeah.
And anything for rec questions or
No.
No, I
Nope.
don't think so.
okay? Jim?
The cleanup for the new pump house is underway. It should
All right,
be,
let me stop you first there. Have you done anything about the light at the pump house? Because I've been getting complaints.
No, you shouldn't have now. It's out.
They are
It has
out.
been
Well,
for a
that's
week.
good. I know.
It's been-
It
Right.
has been for
corrected.
over a week now.
Okay, good. No, I have not been
Okay.
getting any more complaints.
Right.
Okay.
you should not, because it's
Right.
switched, so. And, so that as part of the
Cleanup.
ongoing cleanup, that was.
Yeah, because some people did comment there was some construction debris left.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
99.9% of that has
It's
been
gone.
removed.
Very good.
We have one crate and, a sign that has to come down.
Has he put the loam and seed out?
Who's
The
doing that
loam
this
is
morning?
about
He's doing it now.
50%.
Okay, good.
The plan is, if things aren't too wet on Friday, to complete, tomorrow, Friday, complete the loaming, the raking, the cleaning up, and then Saturday to hydro seed it.
Okay. The sign is the
fence.
big sign out
The
front
big
there.
Fed sign.
Ah,
That gets to come down.
The office trailer's
do.
gone, everything is,
okay. The rural development sign.
yep.
Thank goodness. It's gone.
Thought it had leasehold rights by now.
And other than that, we're just getting into the mowing schedule.
All right.
Have we found any significant deterioration of roads we weren't aware of now that they've settled?
No.
Okay.
Right. They're all significantly
They're
deteriorated.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all.
Okay. No, just no surprise.
No surprises.
Yeah.
No
Okay.
surprises.
And that manhole must have been fixed out on West Branch, right? Because there aren't any
That
things
is-
around it anymore.
Right, that is stabilized, yes.
Yeah.
The only one little section of road in town that has been commented on is up at the end of Jennings Peak. And just as an aside, put out a request for proposals for Golden Heights.
Yeah.
Right.
And I am, any of the interested contractors, I am taking them to that section of
Yeah.
road.
Okay.
To see what it's going to cost, and just to dig it out, shim it, and repave it. And we'll see what that is, and we can either use that for future, or if
Okay.
Golden Heights comes in under,
Yeah.
we can consider.
What do you, just ballpark, what do you think a job like that would be? Is it a 50, is it a 70, is it a 100, is it a 20?
Not just for that little section.
Yeah.
Should be south of should be $10,000.
Okay, no, just,
The only issue would be if we do it in conjunction with
Right.
Golden Heights.
right, you know,
And they
it's,
got the
tonnage
equipment
course,
here.
of course.
$120
Might be easier
a
for
ton
them, right.
versus $200.
Right.
and I understand that,
Yeah.
So, that's why I'm having it
yeah.
figured at the same.
Good.
And, yeah, and we don't have to do a whole lot of base work there, just shim it and it'll be fine.
Okay, good. And staffing is fine, everybody's good?
Everybody seems to be
The
good.
equipment is working as it should?
Yes, knock on wood.
You hesitated there for a second,
No,
Tim.
everything is,
He hates to say yes, cause that means
I-
something will break.
that's right.
Okay. All right, and, good. All right, while we've got you, let's talk about, Golden Heights road repairs. Do we have anything to add to it, or we don't know yet? We haven't gotten any pricing.
The pricing.
Pricing is due on Friday.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll move that, table that until we get that by email, correct?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that the items that we have here and the ad alternate, that you were okay with what we were putting out for bid, and if you have any thoughts or
Would you?
want us to modify.
I'm, as far as I know, I didn't see anything that, what are the ad alternates?
Well, we have one ad alternate, which is the construction of a concrete pad
Yes.
at the crossing.
Right.
And I'd like to try it out on Golden Heights. I hope we have enough money, because I'd like to try it out on Golden Heights. And then if it works for a couple of winters, to go back to Snow's
This
Brook.
is kind of to accommodate the,
Rumor.
The
the
groomer.
groomer.
Yeah.
Because the weight of the groomer is
Yeah.
just crushing the asphalt.
And this, yeah, and this is what the Army uses in Europe, where tank trails cross roads.
Oh,
They build a concrete pad and the tanks can go across and it lasts longer than the pavement,
okay.
so.
Yeah, we ought to.
Yeah, let's look at that,
Okay.
look at that.
Good.
And can we ask, the Nordic Center to absorb the cost of that, or part of it?
I'd like to do that,
Yeah.
sure,
All right, so let's,
okay.
all right, and we also, you sent us some pictures besides, we got the cemetery, we can do the cemetery rocks.
Okay.
Cemetery rocks, did you guys see those pictures?
I did,
No.
but I couldn't figure out what it
It's-
was.
Okay, so
I saw the pictures,
It's hard
but is
to-
that what that's a picture of?
It is, it's on the left-hand side as you walk
Yeah.
in.
Oh,
There's a little area on the left-hand
Right.
side, and we might have to do some filling.
Right,
But I just drew out some things for you to consider. As far as Mike talked to us about getting them up off the
Right.
ground, getting the rocks up off the ground. So the idea, Jim and I looked at it, and these would be 8x8 beams, okay, 8-inch by 8-inch beams. We'd stack them up, 3 of them, and that would give us the rock up off the ground a couple of feet, and then the height of the rock
Right.
after that. We could go 40, from the front view, they'd be 48 inches, about 4 feet
Right.
long. Hopefully the rock fits in there. On the side, actually to make it 40 inches, we would put a 24-inch piece of 8x8 in between the front and back, so we build a box,
Mm-hmm.
basically, that would be 48 by 40. If we do that, we could arrange it in kind of a semicircle
Right.
by putting a piece in the middle that would be a couple of feet wide at the front, about 3 feet wide at the back, and so they'd be slightly angled out. And then in front of that, we could get a bronze plaque on a piece of granite about 2 feet high that just explains what it
I think it's
is.
a great idea.
Okay. What I'd like to do is build just this first.
Yeah.
So we would have 2 rocks in place. The flat face
Right.
of the rock would be out. I'd like to try it with the 2 rocks, and then if we get a lot of people using it, then we can build another box
We can expand
out.
going out, yep.
That's right, going out.
So just
Yeah.
start with 2.
Start with 2 to give everybody the idea, but have enough room
To
to
expand,
add on
yeah.
if we need to. And we also are gonna take rebar
And go down.
and go
just
down
anchor it.
in the, to anchor it, and backfill it with crushed stone,
Yeah,
something
we'll,
like
we'll
that.
make a prettier crushed stone.
Yeah, I think it's a great
Is
idea.
that okay?
Yeah,
Yep, I think it's a great idea of how to get it
looks
up.
good.
All right.
Good.
So we'll
So we'll
start working on this.
start work with 2 in that spot, and,
Yeah.
Yep.
and then we'll go,
Okay.
we'll go from there.
All right,
Thank you, Jim.
very good.
All right,
Take these, Jim, just.
you got that. Let's talk about Packard's Road now while we're using our visuals.
Yes, Packard's Road. So, Jim, you
Yeah,
wanna?
I think I think for whatever reason, it's been like that since I've been here. The
Yeah.
stop sign is offset off the edge of pavement by 14 feet, which is way beyond where it should be. And I think it may have been put there for ease of plowing or there, if I dig safe, they would probably find that there was conduit underneath there. But if we can relocate that post, that stop sign, so that it's 3 to 4 feet off of the edge of pavement
Mhm.
where it's supposed to be,
Right.
we may get people to
Stop cutting
Yeah.
the angle.
stop cutting the angle. So I think instead of putting a rock there, I mean, a rock would be fine, but it just becomes problematic in the winter
Right.
time. Because
No, no.
that's such a big
I think-
intersection.
I think it's a great way to
Well,
start. it.
To clean.
yeah, we can move the stop sign, let's
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, and that would be, I think, the easiest thing, and I think it would work.
Well, not many people would want to ride over a sign, right?
Or,
I hope not.
yeah, no, I think it would give them an indication where the road should be.
Right.
And if that works, maybe we can try it at the corner of Boulder Path too.
Yeah, they're kind of doing the same thing there too.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
that's
corner
really,
of
but
Boulder Path,
it's tough
that's-
because you don't
that's the
see it.
right
Yeah,
hand.
I know, it's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah,
Okay, so we
All right.
will move it.
Okay,
Okay.
great. All right, so,
Golden
which
Heights is
brings
taken
us
care of.
over to calendar review. Anybody going away?
We're gonna talk about the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, we're gonna get down to that.
Okay.
Down
I was just trying to get Jim's stuff done.
Am I going away? No.
No.
Okay, so we're all here, and the next meeting will be on the 21st?
I may have to call in though. It's the one day
Well,
that
then
I
you
have to be
aren't
in here.
exactly going to be here.
June 21st.
Yeah, no, that would be fine, Margaret.
Thank you.
Well, there's one thing,
Of course it's fine.
Russ Hilliard has gotten a letter back.
You're
from
kidding?
DES.
They
He
finally,
did.
they finally responded.
They did.
And is it a good letter?
No, it's not. So he may have something for you next week.
Or just let us know.
So
Okay.
if we had it, maybe we could do next Wednesday, and then if we needed to, the 28th, or whatever you
Mhm.
want
Well,
to do.
let's get this
Which
figured out as soon as possible.
If Margaret's gonna be missing the 21st, so.
Right. Right.
So we are working on it, okay?
Well, when will he at least pre-distribute the letter to us?
I will
before
get
his
the letter
comments?
to you.
Yes, so at least we know.
As soon as I know he's looked at it and has some preliminary, he is out of town right now, traveling, so
Mhm.
I need to talk to him,
Okay,
okay?
all right. So let's go to the Consumer Confidence Report.
Okay, you have at right by your
Yeah.
computer, Bill,
Mhm.
I did manage to work with Robbie, and we called the state today, and we did manage to get it onto the 4 pages.
Yep.
So they let us take out some of the stuff that I showed you yesterday,
Yeah.
that I put in the packet. And this is acceptable to the state as of right now. I want to highlight a couple of things here. On the E. coli hit, the E. coli hit was in well 3, and we immediately separated it from the system.
Right.
We never had E. coli in the system,
Right.
in the drinking water, in the
system.
distribution system. So that's why you see just total coliform
Right.
on here. That's why the E. coli is left off. So I just didn't want anybody to say, well, wait a minute. And we actually had, within the distribution system, we had no monitoring and reporting violations. That's
Okay.
why that very first thing on the second page says none. The total coliform hits that we did get out in the system, when we retested, they weren't there. So it was not a violation.
Yeah.
Okay?
So we weren't required to report on the E. coli because it never got into the drinking water system?
That's correct. And I don't want you to think that we're quibbling. I mean, that's from the state that's, you know.
So I've got a question. I noticed that one of the things they report on confidence is that we have no pesticides and herbicides, which I'm assuming we
Mhm.
don't have any
Right.
pesticides or
Yep.
herbicides.
Yep.
But I'm curious, what would be the remedy if those showed up? I mean, we can't ban them, can we?
I think we can if they were showing up
In the water?
in the water. Absolutely.
Okay. Because otherwise you can't ban them, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
As long as they're following the application rules, you can't.
All right. Okay.
But they would have to be very close to the.
They would have
the
to
well-
be very close to being used very close to the wells.
Or the,
and-
I'm not-
or the sanitation radius.
Yeah.
I know people every now and then people raise the issue of why can't we as a town ban
Pesticide.
pesticides and herbicides?
Sure.
And I keep saying because we're governed by my answer always is because we're governed by state law, and by state law we can't ban these. But I don't want to say that if that's not true.
I think DES would work with us to let us ban them if they were in the water.
If they were in the
showing
water.
up- Yeah, if they were showing up in the water,
Okay,
they would let
thank you.
us take action.
Okay. Margaret, any more questions on this? Great, nice job, gentlemen. And this will go
Yeah.
out in what, the next mailing?
This goes out by itself.
Okay,
Yep. We're preparing the mailing now.
okay. Post office pet policy.
Yep, I just wanted to let you know, I am working with the postmaster down in Campton.
Can you get our mail taken
No,
care of?
yeah, well, I'll work on that next. So, Ann was, I think I related to you that Ann was told by the postal inspectors,
Yes.
but I still don't have anything in writing.
Right.
I did call the postmaster, and she said that she also was told that, and actually Campton got the same comment, because they didn't have any signs up either.
But they're a government facility,
Well,
right?
they are, but she did tell me today that by our contract for the CPU, the contracted postal unit,
Yeah.
we have to meet all of the federal rules.
Right.
So I asked her to get it in writing from the inspectors exactly what is required and where the signs need to go because they were here, and just tell us in writing what we have to do. Because,
Yeah, the federal rule, however,
yeah,
is about federal office buildings. And
right,
because the post office is a federal office building, ours is not. But most post offices are federal office buildings, that's why pets aren't allowed in the post office.
Right, but our CPU says, and it does, and I did look at that paragraph in our agreement. It does say that we will abide by all of the rules that a post office has to abide by. I'm taking, and I take that to mean that if a post office, wherever it is, has to have a no dogs except service dogs policy, that even though we're in our own building, we still have to abide by that. But that's what I'm trying to get the clarification on, is because I want the guys the people who came here and looked at our setup.
Why are we agitating?
Huh?
Why don't we let sleeping dogs lie
Yeah,
here? If they don't send a letter, they don't send a letter.
The other thing, Mark.
I mean, why push them?
Yeah.
No,
to
I'm
send a
not
letter?
pushing.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying,
Right.
I just wanted to make sure, because they made that comment, and
Right.
the postmaster is buying the sign to put up for us. So before we put that sign up, I want to make sure that it is in fact required
Right, well,
to be that.
right, well,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I'm
okay.
not pushing it. She's getting ready to post the sign up, but I didn't want the sign to go up
Right.
until we were sure that we have to do
When,
it.
Is this
when
coming-
you were sent that little thing around, it kind of, I get the impression that more than half the post offices in the United States are some kind of contracted postal unit. And
They're
you know,
leased
and
from a
they
building or
gave
whatever.
some descriptions
Sure.
of, you know, the mail gets delivered to the local grocery store,
Yeah.
Right.
you know, which is what it used to be here. When Jugtown was
Right.
up on the road, it was Jugtown and the post office was Jugtown.
Mhm.
And again, it raises my question. We have a, you know, we certainly signed a type of contract, but is that the only type that's possible? For instance, could we put the post office into Jugtown
You could.
again?
You
Into a
can,
Waterville Valley Mercantile, yeah.
yes,
Oh, so there are other options.
yes.
Okay, well, we should not forget that when we get to the point where Ann is going to retire or something. Before we perpetuate this thing, I'd like to at least explore other options. I mean, they're open all the time anyway, you know? Give them a chunk of space, and can their employees, you know?
They have to be like Ann, they have to be a US Postal Service employee, well, no, a town employee trained by the US Postal Service.
Well, that's my question.
Yes.
Is that the only? I can't believe some of these little tiny units. When I read
you
that
have
half of them are, that
no.
everyone's got a town employee that's
No,
trained by
you
the
can
Postal
be a-
Service.
You can be
You
a
can be a regular person
regular
running a
person
store.
running a store.
But you
Yeah.
have to learn
You gotta
all
learn
of the
all of the
regulations for
Right.
selling
And follow
stamps.
all
Yeah,
and,
right, yeah,
all
right,
that kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah, as long as you're trained.
But we could,
Yeah.
so it doesn't have to be a town
No,
employee.
Yeah.
No,
All
absolutely.
right, well, good.
It's
All right.
interesting.
We should
No,
just
and
remember that.
the other thing I would say, Mark, as a backstop position, because, you know, a lot of people, not just me, you know, walk their dogs and they stop by the post office during the dog walk to pick up their mail. We need to get some hooks outside the post
Well,
office.
yeah, April asked me not to do that. They don't want because now we don't own anything
No,
outside.
that's,
Right.
right, that's
So
our property.
she doesn't want hooks up.
Well, we'll just tie 'em around the fence posts then.
Why doesn't she want the hooks up, Mark? What's her reason?
I think it's a liability.
Okay.
I think she asked for the hooks to be taken down at Jugtown, didn't she?
No, they're all
They're
there.
still there?
Yep.
Is it a liability as to someone falling and hitting a hook, or is it a liability with the dog being
No,
tied up
that
to the
dog
hook?
getting loose,
Dog
probably
getting
Okay.
loose or.
biting somebody, walking along there.
Well, we just have to loop the leash around the little railing posts.
Maybe we can just get a big bucket, you can throw your dog in there when you go. Like a giant crate.
But I would presume that
A dog
April,
treadmill that
if
can work
April
out while
wants to ban dogs from her property, she has every right
Yes,
to
our
do that.
She
lease,
does.
our
Right.
lease right now does not have anything
Right.
banning.
But
Right.
if she wants to ban dogs, because that's a tighter regulation than the town, she's responsible for policing it.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so I'm waiting for the anything in writing back. And I told the postmaster not to put the sign up until we could look at whatever comes back in writing.
Okay.
But that we weren't gonna do it from a verbal. So,
right.
All right. We will move on to the 50th anniversary celebration update. Bill had a particular interest in that.
No, I was just wondering why you skipped it.
Oh,
We're still on the same track that we're gonna do this over at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
athletic
Yeah,
club,
so-
$20 or
yeah,
something?
so this is,
I
it's
saw that.
$20
Looked nice.
for adults, $10 for kids. We're gonna get that in a separate mailing,
Yeah.
so, and get it out. But I just wanted to show you what would be going out, so you were.
And they will have the pool open by then.
I was talking with
They're
them this
hopeful.
morning.
They're hopeful.
They're hopeful.
I think hope is fading in the rearview mirror, as they say.
Uh-oh. Well,
I guess the water has really thrown them, this week of rain has thrown them way
Oh,
behind.
really? Yeah.
But hopefully they'll pick it up and they'll get it going.
Yeah, it's been a rough construction, start to the construction season.
All right, how about an update on, since we've gone through these things, let's go out of order for something new. Is Lee Johnson's truck over at Lash's cleaning up stuff and moving it, or was that my imagination that I saw a crane there?
No,
the fire inspector
the
guys are
fire
still there.
inspectors hired D.A. White,
Okay,
and I believe the insurance company has now hired D.A. White. So as soon as they get the clearance from the insurance, this is my understanding through Dana, he is just waiting to move from the new pump house back over there, and
Are they
That's
done
good.
with the fire investigation, to your knowledge?
to the best of my knowledge, I believe they are.
Yes.
The only comment that I have, it seems to me the one kind of thing that I was most concerned about anyway was the chimney toppling over, and they've moved everything
Everything
but
but
the
the
chimney. It's just, can't they, just topple the chimney over so nobody gets hurt? If you see them, ask
can
them.
ask.
Yeah, ask
Yeah,
them.
ask.
I mean, if there's a reason why that doesn't make any sense to do that. But I can just see some kid climbing
Yep.
the
Yeah.
chimney and
Yep.
having the thing fall right on them.
Yeah, you wouldn't want anybody climbing on it. It's
No.
hard to get to, but. So I believe there'll probably be 5 or 6 large containers that'll show up and get filled up and hauled away.
All right.
okay. All right. So we will slide along now to correspondence. We're invited to the Academy graduation
Yep.
ceremony. I went last year.
When is it?
17th
That's
of
the
June.
17th.
17th of June. I bet that is a great time was had by all, huh?
Oh, it was wonderful.
I think it's like 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
They
but
start at 9:30 over at the meeting room.
Yeah, and then it was a very long,
Was it?
yes.
Each kid
But-
gets,
but
But it was
thoroughly-
right next to
thoroughly
your
enjoyable.
Right next to your
Yes,
house.
All right, privilege.
so this is just a,
celebration of themselves.
right,
And
but
their
it's
graduation of
just
their
an
accomplishments.
invitation for us. It's
Yes,
just
it's
a nicety.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Do we
nice.
get a lunch?
No, you get breakfast.
Get a breakfast.
Breakfast things, a continental kind of breakfast.
All right.
So,
Okay.
a swell time was had by all. All right, correspondence. Any other correspondence, Mark?
No, I just mentioned the letter going to Russ on.
Okay,
so-
Right.
privilege of the floor number 2 looks like it's not happening.
No,
Any board concerns or directives?
no.
All right,
No.
so we should probably go into non-public.
Yeah, I just.
Yeah, as an
to have
update
a
of what's going
update,
on.
yeah.
So it is 3:30 and we will go into non-public right now.
Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
Thanks, Jim.
Enjoy the lovely day.
Yeah.
Yeah, today and tomorrow. We're playing golf tomorrow.
I was saying,
Get 'em
I
off.
left here